Yeah, good people, welcome back to the channel. Today actually I'm going to talk about yesterday's video that was released with actually it was released by Marwa, and let me tell you, what I watched was really disturbing, shocking, and honestly disgusting. The reason why I'm putting hand on my mouth, because you people know exactly what yesterday I was stung by bee. Yeah, I look this way, so I don't want to put this video, I don't want to put the camera the way I'm looking. So today I'm talking about foreigners, visitors coming to our village, being caught on how to buy land, how to deal with villagers, and how to push people out of their ancestral lands. So this is not development, this is not empowerment, this is not anything to do with the land issue. This is exploitation. And today I'm just going to give us a synopsis of how everything is happening, because I'm coming live one-on-one from a town in Kenya called Eldoret town, where actually I'm near here police station, where I'm handling some issues 1, 2, 3. Then I'll be going back to the village. Today I'm going back to the village. So when I saw that video, I thought it good, let me just do that video so that I get the subscribers informed of what is taking place in the village. Also, there is a video that I'm going to upload, that is for tomorrow, where I'm going to encourage people, especially the villagers, especially those that we believe they are selling lands because of alcohol and drug abuse. There is a video that I'll be uploading tomorrow, so that to justify why, how these people are selling land cheaply because of influence of drugs. And I'll be highlighting the constitutional things, clauses that helps when you have sold land illegally, or when you have sold land due to actually what we call influence of drugs. You can still claim that land, because in constitution of Kenya, somebody cannot sell land under influence, especially when we talk about alcohol. So for today's video, let me just take us through a synopsis, then I'll be diving deep on the entire video. So for the synopsis, I want to take you the synopsis about yesterday's video that Marwa posted from the beginning until the end. Then after that, I'm going to digest everything. So let us break it down, because we see foreign visitors arriving.
All right, guys, let's Karib. All right, guys, we have guests from the US, Jamaican American. I will introduce them to you, and you guys will get to know them. You'll know why they're here, but we welcome them to our home. Yes, so let them come.
No.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been through rough.
Oh, rough moment.
Yeah. And your dad was with us.
Okay.
And it was still rough. With him since 6 in the morning. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have a seat there.
Thank you so much.
Hi. Just have a seat. Karibu.
Uncle.
Visitors from US of Jamaican born origin coming into African villages, not for tourism, not to support locals, but specifically to buy land. And who is guiding them? It is Marwa, on camera, proudly. And I've not ever seen an influencer having such an habit here in Kenya. And there is an allegation that actually comes up from Mike Kizo, saying that in that video, it is said that there was road issue, and the solution was to pay people.
So this is what happens.
Yes.
We had some agreements.
Yes.
Some times back.
Okay.
About some land.
Okay.
Then the agreement was sealed. But now today, when he came to see the land,
yeah,
he wanted to purchase.
Yeah.
Then some other new people now are showing up that this is my area, and the road is passing through this place. So I want you to give me some money. So we had to pay like 3 different people.
Oh my Lord.
Is that, if that is true, then that is not empowerment, that is corruption disguised as development. So there is another thing about use of chief.
Yes. And sometimes such things you could have called me, I call the chief. Yeah. Because when they sell you like that, they put fingerprint.
Oh.
Yeah, it's always good like that, because what happens is in future, maybe their kids will grow and say, no, maybe you gave my dad peanuts. Yeah, sometimes they can, but because you did like that and you guys recorded, so nobody will come to disturb you.
Because we see Mura himself telling us that don't involve surveyors, involve the chief. He knows villagers and can put fingerprint. So let me tell Mura this: surveyors are professionals. Chiefs do not replace land surveyors law. So this is teaching foreigners that shortcut methods instead of legal processes. And to let us, and Mura goes ahead and tells people that let us get enough money to and then I'll show you on how to deal with the villagers.
No, don't worry. I'll give you a good medicine to deal with them. The idea is go look for more money and just buy the entire thing. The entire thing. You buy and buy and buy. You don't have a neighbor. Yeah.
This is really shocking, because he is literally coaching people on how to financially empower villagers until none are left. This is not development. This is displacement. And what I can say about claims of wanting to push villagers out, when someone says that we will remove villagers one by one until they are all gone, that is not development. That is land grabbing mentality. And you see subscribers praising him, empowering villagers, because we can see some fans online keep shouting, he empowered people, he helped this YouTuber and that YouTuber. But empowerment is not filming online friends. Empowerment is not protecting community land rights. So when you tell me that I'm not supposed to attack Mura, you are wrong, because what I'm exposing, you know, here it is two sides are actually getting it wrong. Community are going to suffer, and even the foreigners that really support him, they're going to suffer, because this is a total scam. And I'll be telling us, because what right does Mura have to manipulate villagers into selling land? Who gave him authority? Is he the chief? Is he a land officer? Is he a county official? No. Yet he is speaking like a gatekeeper of land transactions. So there is a video that I did under the Land Registration Act, Land Control Act and Constitution of Kenya, that is 2010, where I highlighted that foreigners cannot own freehold land in Kenya. They can only lease land for 99 years, period. So if foreigners are being convinced that they can own land, that is misleading or illegal. No one can use chiefs to replace actually legal procedures. Family land cannot be sold without family consent, and public roads cannot be created through bribery. This makes everything in that video sounds like a scam which is in the making. So a big question is Mura exploiting foreigners too? Let's be honest, it looks like two exploitations happening at once. Number one, use of foreigners' money, and push villagers into selling their lands cheaply. Either way, he benefits, not the community, not the foreigners, because this classically shows us what is really happening. And I'll be digesting that when I'll be making a full statement about it, because I'm just giving out a synopsis. And he goes ahead and gives a statement about the father being feared.
But when my dad is there, at least things are okay. You know, my dad is kind of rough. They cannot push him around.
He said, if you have problems, father is feared. He knows how to deal with the villagers. This is unacceptable. Why introduce fear into the community? Land issues. Why turn neighbors into enemies? And he went ahead and did a statement about Uncle Mo being a foot soldier.
Uncle Mo is here.
Yeah. We passed the house. I think
Uncle Mo is like a foot soldier. If somebody is disturbing you, you talk to Uncle Mo.
Okay.
He's the only one who can hold a machete in our home.
Yeah.
He doesn't play. Uncle Mo.
This is where the video becomes extremely disturbing. He basically suggests that there are people in their home who handle issue. That is an appropriate, unprofessional, and dangerous language. YouTube does not allow threatening or intimidating speech targeting communities. And let me tell you, for those who reason the way I'm reasoning, what happens to the villagers if this continues? If villagers sell their lands out of pressure, they become tenants in their own birthplace. They lose generation wealth. Families get broken. Strangers become dominant class. Locals get displaced slowly. So this is modern day land takeover. And why does he put outsiders' interest above villagers? When someone prioritized strangers over lifelong neighbors, it is clear that they see profit, not people, money, not community, self-benefit, not development. And let me tell you that how will foreigners legally acquire the land? They cannot own freehold. They can only lease. So how will they acquire it? Through whose name will they acquire it? Who is the trustee? Who is benefiting? This is why why I said it's a big scam. And you are right to the question. And my final verdict before I go to the real statement. Yesterday's video was not development. It was not empowerment. It was not community uplift. It was exposure of exploitation, exposure of manipulation, exposure of dangerous influence, exposure of disrespect to the villagers, exposure of possible illegal and land deals. This behavior must be called out, and that's exactly why this reaction matters. So from here, let me just go deep, analyze everything systematically so that we get to know what is really happening that people cannot see. And I know we have some people who are in Mura's cult, and they'll be coming here yapping, saying story that they don't know him. So both of them are scams. So this video is for the safety of the community. This video is for the safety of the visitors, the foreigners. So this is land scamming, and I have to expose this. So let us go systematically and know what is really happening, so that we get and digest for you everything that Mura is up to. So stay tuned. Let us start from the beginning. So in the video, we see visitors born in Jamaica, living in USA, arriving in the village. That's normal. Visitors are welcomed. Africa welcome guests all the time. Nyabuhanse village welcome visitors all the time. Tourism is not a crime. But what shocked me is that these particular visitors made it very clear that they are not just here to tour. They are here to buy land. And buying land is not wrong. But it becomes wrong when it is tied with exploitation, shortcuts, manipulation, intimidation, and displacement of villagers. Because from the beginning, it does not look like an innocent visit. It looked like a mission, a deliberate plan, a step-by-step process of how to penetrate a village community that does not fully understand the value of their land, the law surrounding land, or the consequences of selling land cheaply. And after that, then we hear a discussion about the road. Apparently, the visitors, they have a land in the village, and they were told that to access their potential land, some people had to be bribed on. This is Kenya. Land access and roads involve the county government, surveyors, and sometimes the community agreements, sometimes chiefs. But bribery is not legal process. So why is bribery even being mentioned in a casual manner? Why is it so normal to people, especially telling villagers that you can actually bribe and do everything? Yeah. And what I want to say, so when bribery is even mentioned in casual manner, it is very normal in the conversation. Why is it so relaxed? And what message does this send? That foreigners need to bribe their way into the village land, that villagers can be handled with money. That law doesn't actually apply. This is the first red flag. Now let's talk about the most concerning part. Mura tells the visitors that they don't need surveyors. They don't need legal professional. They just need chiefs. He says the chief knows the villagers. He will put they will put their fingerprints and the deal is done. Stop right there, because a chief is not licensed land surveyor. A chief is not the National Lands Commission. A chief is not the Ministry of Lands. A chief cannot authenticate land boundaries or authorize land transactions. So telling foreigners to bypass from professional legal channel, instead depend on chief, is not empowerment. That is a shortcut that benefits someone, and it is definitely not the village, because it is now known that the likes of Mura, they have gone ahead in their corrupt nature. They give the chiefs some small peanut money so that they can stand on their side. Then we hear something even dark. Mura says that he just tell one of the visitors that go get enough money, then I will show you how to deal with the villagers, until none of them is left. So what does that even mean? Is that empowerment? Is that community development? Is that love for the village? No, that is a textbook exploitation. This is how outsiders come and displace communities in Kenya. This is how people lose unsettled land, and it is very painful that this is being taught by someone who grew up there. Because if Mura grew up in that village, now is now turning against the villagers themselves. When he was walking to school, villagers used to see him. Now he's turning against them. What about the people that they are calling themselves foreigners? Time will tell. And yet you see some subscribers are busy celebrating. They are saying that Mura has helped YouTubers, YouTuber A, YouTuber B, YouTuber C. He has empowered so many people. Yes, he have helped some people, but does that erase the exploitative nature of guiding outsiders to acquire village land in questionable ways? Helping a few YouTubers does not justify putting villagers at risk. So the manipulation, the fear tactics, the power imbalance, what rights that one individual have to stand in front of villagers and say, we are going to remove villagers one by one until they leave? Where does that authority come from? Is he the Ministry of Land? Is he the Cabinet Secretary? Is he the county government? That's a big no. So why speak as if villagers have no rights? Why speak as if their presence is obstacle? Why speak as if village belongs to foreigners and villagers are the problem? And let me tell you about foreigners and Kenyan land law. I did a video about land ownership in Kenya, and I said one thing clearly: foreigners cannot own freehold land in Kenya according to the Kenyan law. A foreigner can only lease land, usually up to 99 years. They cannot own agricultural land unless under special exceptions. They cannot buy ancestral land directly. They cannot bypass land control board. So how will these visitors own land? Under whose name? Under what legal framework? Through what process? These are the biggest question. So this one actually shows that there is an exploitation where foreigners are using them, because this whole situation has two possible explanations. Option number one, Mura is exploiting the foreigners, telling them that they can easily buy land, even through legally they cannot own freehold property. Option two is using the foreigners to pressure villagers into selling their land so that he can benefit personally. Either way, villagers lose. Either way, foreigners are misled. Either way, someone profits, and it is not the community. And then comes the scariest part. Mura says that if there is any problem, his father is feared in the village. He says his father knows how to deal with the villagers. Then he heard that Uncle Mo is the foot soldier who can handle issue. Why are these words used? Why are these roles being assigned in front of foreigners? Why is intimidation being introduced in the land matters? Villagers should not be threatened. Villagers should not feel feared. Land transaction must be peaceful, legal, and transparent. So, is the chief responsible for the issue? Mura claims that chief knows land issues. But the question is, does the chief handle land boundaries? That is a big no. Does the chief process title deeds? That is a big no. So, why remove surveyors and legal officers from the land equation? Why make the chief the shortcut solution? Something is wrong here. The chief are being actually put in the pocket of this family. So they want to intimidate the villagers and do what they really want to do. So I'm going to tell us the broader impact of the long-term damage and the community betrayal. The future of the village. If the villagers start selling their land cheaply due to manipulation, pressure, shortcuts, or intimidation, what will happen? The land will be gone forever. The youth will have no inheritance. The community will scatter. The culture will disappear. The village will become the outsiders only. This is how communities die. And what moral lesson that this tells us? How can someone who grew up among these villagers now help outsiders come and take over? How can someone who knows the hardship of the village life we actually stand with the foreigners over villagers? How can someone who says that they love the village encourage displacement? So this already tells us that the foreigners scam possibility. If the foreigners think they are going to own land permanently, they are being misled. Even one of them is being encouraged that you can build even a land. I'm here because I'm all living. I have to see the way you're building the land. Because at the end of the day, is the one who will go and benefit. So Kenyan law does not allow that. So the entire operation looks like misunderstanding, misinformation, or scam waiting to happen. And when things go wrong, villagers will suffer. Foreigners will lose money. The village will be blamed. So justice and fairness, because villagers deserve justice. Villagers deserve respect. Villagers deserve dignity. Villagers deserve protection. Villagers deserve clarity about their land rights. So, my message is simple. Land issue must handle legally. Land issue must handle with morally. Land issue must involve transparency. Land issue must be involved the community, not shortcut. I am speaking because I care. I am speaking because this is wrong. I am speaking because silence is dangerous. And one thing that I want to assure the community, because after here, the way I promised, I'm going to do a video encouraging, because I have to do a video about alcoholism and drug issues. So as villagers, know their rights, especially when they're under influence. Because what is going to happen here, he already knows almost all the villagers work under influence of alcoholism, influence of cigarette smoking, influence of a lot of narcotic and any other substances. So that is what is taking advantage over it. That is why he has that ego, talking about how he can displace the community. So basically, when I release that tomorrow's video, let all villagers, let every individual learn on what I'll be educating us, because that is the turning point. And I personally am going to take legal action, where I'm going to write a letter. But for this letter, I'm not going to put in the county government, because I have this feeling that even the county government, they are corrupt in nature. I'm going to copy that to the cabinet secretary of land in Kenya, so that they can be updated on what rotten Nyabuhanse village land scam is taking place. I'm going to do that personally. And what I really want is that people should walk with us through this journey, so that everything that we do, let us do it legally. Because I have to write a letter and I'll copy it to a person who I'm not going to mention it, but just know that the cabinet secretary for land has to know what is really happening. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to write it every week, every Monday, so that if they can't read, I just put more pressure and more pressure, so that they have to come out of the office. They have to come and see what is really happening in Nyabuhanse village, how scamming is becoming something for our foreigners. Remember, when land scamming is happening in the community, this is tarnishing the name of Africans, this is tarnishing the name of foreigners, this is tarnishing the name of Kenya as a nation. Foreigners are not supposed to be scammed. That is what I can really tell them. So walk with me through this process, because we have to go legally. The issue about mouth-watering, about talking everything on camera, does not really help. Let us stand with the villagers, let us stand with the community, let us stand with everybody. Let the foreigners acquire their lands legally without questioning and everything. So thank you for watching this video and breakdown. Let's protect our community. And from here, because I'm in Eldoret, I'll be just doing a video just showing us how the town Eldoret city looks like. And I don't know if I'll do that. Okay, because I already did a video about Eldoret town initially. So today I'm not going to show us how Eldoret town looks like. In my videos, you can see how beautiful Eldoret town is, the land, the city of sports, the city of agriculture, the city of culture, and the city of, I know people have heard about the marathon, like Eliud Kipchoge, he comes from this city. So welcome. Let us actually comment there. For those who have not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and everything. Let us engage. What I can say, that's enough for you for now. Goodbye. Goodbye from that point. Stay tuned. More are to come. God bless.